So here we are, Mindful Monday, guys. Welcome. It's such an honor to be here. You know, we come together each Monday for mindful meditation. It's a time for us to drop in, train the mind, train the heart, train the space, to come home to ourselves, come home to the heart, come home to the present moment. And so we come together each week in community, and these are recorded, so then put up on YouTube so that we can go back and, if you can't make it to the Zoom on Mondays, you can tune in via YouTube. So it's all donation based, and so it is donate what is on your heart, what's in your pocket. It's all good, whatever it is. And it's just a great time for us to come together in community. And today, each week I try to just kind of tap into the collective and see what is happening in the collective and bring sort of a theme to each of our meditations. And this week we're going to be diving into a little bit of detail about what it means to actually come home. Come home to the present moment. Come home to our hearts. And so, as in with each week, we begin with a little bit of a settling meditation to just bring us here, present, settle into the body. So we'll go ahead and do that now, taking a deep breath in and exhale. And another beautiful deep breath in. And with each exhale, we begin to soften. Soften, soften, soften the body. Soften the heart. Soften and soften into the moment, into the present. Into the present where all is well. And we begin with the awareness of the top of our head. And you can picture and sense, maybe even feel the presence of the top of your head, that there may be like a little opening, that chakra opening that is represented by that 1,000-leaf lotus flower. And we can begin to open up that crown with breath and intention just by softening and breathing into it, feeling with each breath that each one of those leaves begins to open up at the top of your head, allowing you to open to the divine, to the creator, to the all that is, to this eternal Tao, to the spirit that moves through all things. And in this space and time, we open our sacred space, knowing that we are here and that this practice is for our highest good, the highest good for all humanity, and the highest good for the Pachamama. So we begin to soften and open, feeling, sensing that your crown is open. If you'd like to sweep your access point up to your crown, you can do so now. And just as a reminder, that access point is the area in which we access energy outside of our energetic field. So if you're not sure where that is, just go ahead with intention and breath and sweep any openings that you may have in your energetic field so that it aligns with your crown. There we go. Perfect. And we continue to just breathe and soften, bringing our awareness to that area in the third eye, forehead, and just feeling that softening. The softening, the softening, the softening. And coming into the area around your eyes. We carry so much tension in the body around the eyes. So we just want to breathe into that area and soften. Soften, soften. Bringing ourselves into the body, into the moment, and into this place of allowing. And bringing that awareness, that breath, that intention into the area around your jaw. Maybe even bringing that slack jaw awareness, that half smile, that smile that we know is that smiling to the inside, smiling to our heart, smiling to ourselves, knowing we're here, we're present, we're willing to show up for ourselves right here, right now, in this moment. And breathing into the neck, the shoulders. Seeing if you can feel your vertebrae soften. We carry so much tension, holding the weight of the world on our shoulders. And right now we can choose, right here, right now, this moment, to let the burdens go. Let the weight of the world just fall away for now. And you may notice that you're beginning to feel a little bit of spaciousness within your body. Spaciousness within those vertebrae. And just breathe in and see if you can expand in some of that softness and spaciousness that is becoming available right here for us just by softening, coming home. And we're coming into that beautiful heart chakra and allowing that chakra to just breathe you. Allowing the heart to expand and soften. Showing how beautiful this is to expand in this way. And thanking your heart for beating, for loving, for giving you life. Just feeling that softness coming into the belly. Breathing into the belly. And just letting it all go. Remembering that the belly is the storehouse for all of our old shit. Literally, physically, emotionally. And right here, right now, in this moment, we have the miracle of letting it go. Just softening, allowing. Coming home to the belly, saying yes to the belly. Noticing how the pelvic bowl wants to join the party. Softening. Breathing into the pelvic bowl, we can expand our hips. And release anything that stops you from moving forward. Those energetic shackles. Opening the hips a little wider and softening, we start coming into the legs. Grounding ourselves. Rooting ourselves, feeling the connection to the Pachamama. Breathing into the feet. Thanking our feet for holding us up and carrying us to and fro. And with the awareness now of our body softened, present, just go ahead and do that body scan right now. And see if there's any other areas of tension in your body that you can release. That you can release with breath. So that you can be here now, fully present. No place to go, nothing to do, but to be here now. It's a beautiful place to be in sacred space with you, in the tenderness of this moment. Oftentimes we don't like to be in this present moment because we don't want to feel the tenderness or the vulnerability that is available in the moment. And so in a sacred space such as this, we can open. We can open and be available. We can be available to whatever arises and be that sacred witness. To just observe what shows up without any attachments to needing to fix it or move it or fade it. We can just witness, notice, see it floating by like a river. And so as we move into the heart of our practice today, at any time that your mind begins to drift off or wander off, or that monkey mind comes in, we just practice coming back home, coming home to this moment, this body, this time, this space. Here is a beautiful place to be with you. Gently coming home in this stillness, in the quiet, home to the present moment and to your beautiful heart. if you would like to dedicate your practice today to a certain being or place or plant, that would be a great time to just offer your devotion today, your practice today, dedicated. So we begin to ponder this coming home. This coming home to the present moment, this coming home that is truly a miracle. Thich Nhat Hanh would tell us that our true home is the present moment. That to live in the present moment is truly the miracle. He says, I have a home that no one can take away. And I feel very comfortable in that home. In my true home, there is no discrimination, no hatred. Because I have the desire and the capability, the capacity to embrace everyone, every race. And he says, I have the aspiration, the dream to love and to help all people and all species. He says, I do not feel that there is anyone who is my enemy. And even if they are pirates, terrorists, communists, anti-communists, he says, I don't have enemies. That is why in my true home, I feel comfortable. So we begin to ponder what is true home. Coming home might not be a place specific. It might not be four walls, a geographical place. It might not be family or culture. It's truly what's in your heart. It's truly what is happening right here in this present moment. Right here. No matter where we are, no matter what is happening in this world, in your family, at your work, you can find home in your center, right here, in any moment. This is where we find true refuge. Home is where we no longer seek. We no longer wish. We no longer wish for things to be different. Home is where there are no regrets, no longings. Our true home is not in the past and not in the future. It's right here, right now. So the practice of mindfulness helps us to establish this true home, this present moment. We are, in fact, warriors of love and light who have come here at this time, at this place, right here, right now, because we have a purpose. That purpose is to anchor love on this planet, anchor love in our hearts. And so it's super important that we maintain and practice coming home, coming home, coming home. Coming home. Pema Children shares with us that it's only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. So we see with the eyes of our heart. We listen with the ears of our heart. And then we can make choices that come from our heart. Choices that are for the highest good of all beings. Choices that come from that fifth dimension and beyond, and frequencies that embody pure bliss love. The Buddhists talk about bodhicitta, which is, to translate bodhicitta would be bodhi, meaning the mind and also the heart, but it encompasses the attitude of the heart and how the mind cannot be separated really from the heart. And chitta means awake. So we have this bodhicitta that lives within ourselves and every single one of us, that is the awakened heart. And so we come back to our true home, which really could be synthesized as the bodhicitta, the awakened heart. The bodhicitta is considered the soft spot, the vulnerable and tender space. It's where we truly love and where we can develop compassion for the unimaginable. We can develop compassion for those who may be perceived as evil. They say that in this tender space, we can learn to seize that vulnerable moment and love. We can seize that vulnerable moment of love and gratitude and loneliness and embarrassment. We can receive it all, the feelings of unworthiness, inadequacy, by awakening our bodhicitta. We are at our rawness. And sometimes it's this kind of tenderness and rawness that we want to really armor against. We want to armor against our sadness, our anger, and our resentment, yet all of those things bring us to a place of tenderness. And without that armor, we can lean into our compassion, and it can teach us how we can have great compassion for others in that tender heart as well, where we can see there is no separation. Where we can actually see the blessing of heartache when we accept, and that when we know that tenderness is also within each and every one of us. And when we can lean into those uncomfortable places and just breathe, just allow, then we can detach. We don't need to have attachments to those feelings. We can always come back. Come back home. Come back home to this moment. Come back home to your heart. The tender, the vulnerable, the pure bliss love that you truly are. There's been a lot of research done on mindfulness meditation and how it impacts the physical body coming home. We know that it's reducing stress and anxiety and depression. The Mayo Clinic has beautiful research. And we know that one of the biggest things that really impacts our physical body and our energy body is the shifting of consciousness. the shifting of negative thought to really what is truth, and not having a judgment as to whether or not things are negative or positive, and moving from the place of dualities into a place of acceptance. And once we've moved into a place of acceptance, then we have that right to choose how we wish to be. Do we want to open our hearts to the tenderness and feel the feels, and allow the feels, and say hello? So we know that this practice improves our mood, moves us from perpetual negative thoughts or thoughts from regret, longing, into what's truth now. What's truth right here, right now? You have breath. We are here and present. Nothing to worry about from the past. Nothing to fret about the future. It's not here. The only thing that's right here, right now, is this moment. You and your heart. Letting the breath just breathe you into stillness. There was an article in Psychology Today that says, in part, life unfolds in the present, but so often we let the present slip away, allowing time to rush past unobserved and unseized, the squandering of precious seconds of our lives as we worry about the future and ruminate about what was the past. We're living in a world that contributes in a major way to mental fragmentation, distraction, a decoherence. We're always doing something, and we allow little time to practice stillness and calm. When we're at work, we fantasize about being on vacation. When we're on vacation, we worry about the work piling up on the desk. We tend to dwell on intrusive memories of the past or fret about what happen in the future. And when we do this, we're not appreciating living right here, right now. Because that monkey mind, as the Buddhist calls it, begins to go crazy and takes us away from the magic that happens when we are awake in the present moment. It is here that the universe brings us the synchronicities. It's in the present moment that we see the beauty that is offered by the universe, by a flower, by the birds flying by the magical messages that show up in every single moment, cheering you on, saying, yes, you are a warrior of love and light. All those little affirmations from the universe, from God, from the eternal Tao show up in the present moment. Awaken. Be in the bodhicitta. Let your heart be fully present in this great mystery. I think about how we're taken out of the moment. What distracts us? We have to fine-tune that so that we can see when we've been distracted. It's a practice. And we just gently bring ourselves back. Some of those moments when we are feeling subconscious, unsure about ourselves, this is a distraction. You know that you are a warrior of love and light. You have come here for a purpose. Do not be self-conscious in your heart of hearts. Let your light shine. Walk this earth awake in your heart. Don't get caught up in worrying about how well you're going to do tomorrow. Don't worry so much about your future. Focus on the present. Know that everything is unfolding exactly for you. Be awake. See how the universe unfolds your future with such grace and ease. In being fully present, we make the most of our time. In fact, oftentimes we find ourselves in that sacred space of timelessness, where in fact we lose track of time. Be fully immersed. Another way that we find ourselves distracted and taken away from the present moment is when something is bothering you. If something is bothering you, it means you have not accepted it fully yet, and you need to move towards it. The acceptance of the present moment has absolutely nothing to do with a resignation. Acceptance doesn't tell you what to do. What happens next is that you choose. You choose whether something bothers you or not. Remembering Thich Nhat Hanh's statement, we have no enemies in this present moment, in this home. You choose how your home is, what lives there, what bothers you, what doesn't bother you. So don't be distracted. Allow whatever is bothering you, irritating you, to show itself. Have a face-to-face. Come sit, my love. Come sit with me. Let me open my heart in tenderness to what it is that is bothering me, that irritates me, that is distracting me. Let me give it my full attention in this moment. Acceptance. Acceptance of what is. We stop the mind from that tendency to avoid, the unpleasant feelings or sensations, even the pains in your body that may even arise. And when we avoid, we lose an opportunity to really drop in to the experience of truly being present and truly being tender. Sometimes we move out of the present moment in what is called the absent-mindedness, where we haven't even, or the mindlessness, the mind is absent, but really what has happened is the mind has taken over. And I think we've all been in a situation where we have been driving down the road and realized that we have no idea what has transpired during that drive. We've been so caught up in the mind. Did we stop at that stop sign? So this is this mindlessness or the absent-mindedness where We get so caught up and our mind goes on that autopilot, and we have no idea where we've been. So once we recognize this, we know that we've taken those moments for granted. And we just notice it. And we just keep coming back gently, with grace and ease, with that tenderness. With that tenderness. So we know this takes effort. We know this takes practice. Mindfulness is easy, people say. But yet, taking the time to sit 5 minutes on our mat, to just be present, can sometimes feel very overwhelming. And so we say, just practice. Don't just do something, just sit there. Feel the breath through your nose. Feel the rise and fall of your chest. You can become mindful at any moment just by paying attention to the immediate experience that you're having. Feeling the feels, smelling the smells, hearing the sounds, pleasant, unpleasant, good or bad. We just roll through it without judging and accepting. And as the mind wanders, as it does, we just keep coming home. And what's really beautiful is when we can come home with excitement. Woohoo! What's the magic gonna be now? Look at that, it's another breath. It's another heartbeat. It's another moment to be tender, be home. Gerald May, he wrote The Awakened Heart. He says, only in the pauses between things, in the brief contemplative spaces of just being, can we catch the glimpse of love itself. We can see this when we are present in nature. A blooming flower, love itself, the stars in the sky, love itself. When we see the tides coming in and out and flowing in their natural space, this is love. You're already home. You're already present, living in the moment. There is no destination. You're already here. You're already here. True warriors of love and light, present, heart open, tender, vulnerable. This is our space. This is our space, right here, right now. Breathing in the love that is available. Exhaling it all through your body. The frequency of love is available in every moment. You are a beam of love. Here to shine. Shining our lights. Suppose that is your true purpose. Nothing else you must accomplish, just be. Just be that light, that love in this moment. And now this moment. And this moment. Beams of love. Shining. Tender. Allowing. Open. Paying attention. What is being offered to you? This allowance, this gravity, this breath. Only in the pauses do we find the glimpse of love. Become the pause. Feel the beauty that you are right here, right now. And thank yourself. Thank yourself for showing up. Thank yourself for being this warrior of love and light. And thanking with deep gratitude this moment and all beings who have been here guiding us on this meditation, on this beautiful Mindful Monday. May you know that you are a warrior of love and light. May you share that light with all beings. May you share that light with Pachamama, sweet Mother Earth. May your week be filled with so many precious, mindful moments. And so it is. Oh, bless, bless. So much love. Yay.